Welcome back. I didn't upload a video for you yesterday. I had planned to, but my plans got interrupted / changed. Not to worry though, at some point in the future you will have a special video where I'm discussing a topic with somebody else. I will have an interlocutor. The topic is undecided for that conversation as of yet, but I'm hoping I can discuss net neutrality with them, and some of the ethical issues that come with that discussion. So today, I'm going to be discussing space and time, and my thoughts on whether or not the world we live in is three-dimensional or fourth-dimensional. And today's video is not going to be very in-depth on the subject, but I do plan on talking about this more later because there's a lot to talk about here, and I'll need to do quite a bit of work gathering together information to present to you. So to start, let's go ahead and define dimension, because any answer will be dependent upon that. Now, the dictionary definition you get whenever you Google dimension is a measurable extent of some kind, such as length, breadth, depth, or height. Now, it's not the definition that I would think of whenever I'm dealing with dimension. I think a dimension is anything that has some sort of point located within it. So it's going to be very similar to the initial definition that the dictionary would give you, and that a point is going to be some form of measurement. But I like my definition just a little bit better for the purposes of how I'm going to give my answer, at least. So now, like I said, this is a pretty big topic amongst philosophers and some physicists, but I believe the general consensus is that we live in at least 4 dimensions, with time being the 4th dimension, and sort of has been since Einstein. Now, an argument against time being a 4th dimension that I've encountered is that what time really is our observation of motion, our noticing of different states of what is, that time is just our method of categorizing things, or that time is just a made-up concept by humans and doesn't really exist at all. My evidence that time exists is in fact that we have found a way of measuring it. For reference, please look at any clock in the vicinity. In fact, I guess my whole belief can be explained pretty well in the phrase, it always is that it was, with regards to this topic. Because once something is the case, it will never be that it was not the case. And in that way, every state has a continual metaphysical effect on every state of what is thereafter. In fact, even the language that we have to use to describe these states mirrors the language we use to describe space. Is to was, as here is to there. I believe that is and was are locations, just as here and there are, and that they are located within time in the same way that here and there are located within space. So, in that, I would say that space is the category that we are throwing here and there distances within, and that time is the dimension or the category which we are throwing different states of what is into. And it sort of helps with understanding causality and cause and effect. And I definitely think that it's something we've observed to be true. A way that we've observed time is simply to observe 2 people in a race, and we can understand that there will be a point where one person is at the finish line and the other person isn't, and that later, that one person will be the person who comes in second is also going to be at the finish line, but it will not be the case that they have won the race even though they're at that point, because the person that won the race had actually hit that point at a prior time. And there's no other way of sort of rationalizing that out, is that we have to admit that time exists even to understand how a race would work. So, I don't know, what are your thoughts on space and time? Do you think that space is 3-dimensional, or do you think that it's 4th-dimensional, with time being the 4th dimension? As always, if you've liked the video today, please click the little like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you for watching my video.